Grim Reaper Gamers are a 25 and over gaming community with members spanning the globe, playing games across all genres, but our roots are in first-person shooters. Bring your thick skin, drink of choice, and grab your controllers. GRG members are on nightly with official community nights every Wednesday. And now, it's time for the ReaperCast. Good evening, everybody. How the hell are you? I'm Johnny Hustler, and this is the Grim Reaper Gamers ReaperCast. We have a full show for you tonight, so without further ado, let's go around the horn. As has become a custom, in the second chair, my intrepid co-host, the guy who's going to take over for me someday when I mercifully die off or get out of this damn show, Steve Jammer. How the hell are you? What you drinking? What you playing?
Hey, man, I got a Sam Adams Light. I almost held it up to the camera again because I'm a stupid fuck. I think your death is coming sooner rather than later because you're a Raiders fan and a Cubs fan, and the Cubs won the World Series.
The only good part about 2016.
And the Raiders, they have 2 losses so far, right?
Yeah.
So you've definitely signed a deal with the devil. But you didn't go far enough because when you signed that deal with the devil, you should have had something done with that fucking wood paneling behind you and had something nice back there rather than that. You should have fixed that up too.
I've remodeled. You can't see it?
Is the club's clock working?
Oh, yeah. As far as anybody listening knows, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's great to be here. I have all my notes ready for the show because I'm well prepared.
Oh, good. Speaking of well prepared, to the third chair, the man who comes up with a book full of notes for this damn show, God only knows why. The grimmest of all Reapers. He's turning redder by the second, folks. Just trust us. It's happening. Y'all know it's true. Lala Calamari Jack, how the hell are you? What you drinking? What you playing?
Sorry that I come prepared, unlike you guys. Right now I'm drinking Flying Fish Winter Grand Cru. Excellent beer.
Hold up to the camera. That helps.
Well, so you guys could see it. What am I playing? I am playing right now Battlefield 1, occasionally a little bit of Titanfall 2. Got back into Division, going rogue hunting there, running around Quantum and Reaperman.
Very coordinated attacks with you.
I also recently fired up Star Trek Online, hoping to game with some of my Grim Reaper gamers. Maybe someone that plays the game can come in, show me around. I'm level 10, all lost, flying my spaceship. But
don't we have a co-host that plays that?
I heard that's rumors, but I'm afraid he's going to yell at me. So, yeah.
I could tell you, you want to meet? I'll meet you. There's this bright orange ball that kind of looks like the sun. Fly your ship right into that, and I'll be on the other side of it.
I actually flew into a sun and bounced off it. But yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm playing. Going to cancel WoW and probably dick around with Star Trek a little bit, just when I'm not playing with Grim Reaper gamers.
All right. In the fourth chair for tonight, making a return appearance. We're not sure if that means we like you or we don't like you.
Either way is fine with me.
But making his return after being part of our new member spotlight a few shows back. Omniscient Shark, how the hell are you, Shark? What you drinking? What you playing?
I'm doing all right. Drinking a Great Lakes Christmas Ale. Definitely, probably my favorite seasonal beer. I wish I could buy it all year round. I could chug like 6 of these every day. I don't know if it would be good for me, but I could do it. As for what I'm playing, Battlefield 1 has kind of fallen to the wayside for me just because Titanfall 2 is taking up the majority of my time when it comes to Xbox console first-person shooting. But I also, as of yesterday, successfully booted up a Rust server since that game on PC, since that game was on sale right now. And my computer hasn't exploded, so I guess it's going all right.
Well, in Rust, you basically have to have a server for that game, because if you go in the general community, it's just full of trolls just looking to kill people as soon as they join.
Oh yeah, one of my stream viewers, regulars, is one of the ones that she bought like the 4-pack because it was on sale, and gave me the copy, and she was talking about how she had tried like 4 different lobbies so far and just gotten ganked in every single one right off the bat. And I saw you can make your own server for free, and I had never tried it before, but I figured, fuck it, why not try?
Yeah,
why not start now?
seems like the only way to play that game.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fun
right.
so far.
You shake your tallywhacker half price on Rust this week. So that's still tomorrow. Well, today for those of you who'll download the cast.
Yeah, I checked last night, and I think it still had like 37 hours. So
yeah, it's sometime Friday the 9th that it goes off sale. So
even when it's not on sale, it's $20, and if you hold off the winter sales, what, like a couple weeks away now?
yeah.
So it'll go
just
back on
after
sale.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'm working on getting the mods updated so I can password protect it. And once that's all figured out, I'll definitely throw up a forum post with the information on what my server name is and the password's going to be, if I can actually figure out how the hell it works for you guys and Grim Reaper gamers.
That's cool.
Very
Thanks
nice.
for doing that, man.
So we can just get ganked by our own.
Exactly. At least you'll know the name and maybe even the address of the person that fucked you over.
Yeah, that's scary. Anyway, let's get over to the community night events and events throughout the week. As usual, go check out grimreapergamers.com/events for the full calendar. But here's a quick overview of what's going on. I'm not reading the first event.
I don't know why.
We'll go straight to
event.
Monday nights. It's Titanfall 2 night, although I've heard a few rumors that some Halo may be making its return with the big update that's come out. So, but Titanfall 2 night, we've been running Titanfall for a few Mondays now, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been running it for the past few Mondays. Been getting some private lobbies going. It's a good way to kind of learn the maps and learn your way around. It's pretty much the only time I get to play, but it's been a good time.
Amazing what they're doing after 15 months, roughly, thereabouts. It's been out.
No, Titanfall 2 came out in October.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking Halo. God, I got my mind on Halo. My bad.
You need notes.
Yeah, see,
I need.
this is where notes come
I need
in
more
handy.
beer. I'm too sober. I can't host.
But we, a lot of us did pick it up when it was on sale because that $35 price point, and it's even gone down to $30.
Yeah,
for
there's been
$30,
some reports
that
of
game's
30.
a steal.
Oh yeah. That's the only reason I got it too, is because it had dropped down to 37, and I've got to be honest, it's taking up the majority of my Xbox time now. I've already rolled over to Gen 2 and dumped way too many hours into that game.
And this is a popular game within GRG because a lot of us came from Call of Duty, the Call of Duty world, and we didn't buy on to Infinite Warfare. It just wasn't for us. Titanfall 2 is very similar to a Call of Duty game. You know, it's fast-paced, quick time to kill. So a lot of guys just kind of jumped on board to that instead of Infinite Warfare.
Well, I find, because we're kind of splitting our time between Titanfall and Battlefield, and to me, besides the Call of Duty type of quicker pace, but it's overall match quicker pace too. It's like if I want to sit down for the night and I want to play some quick matches, then I'm better off going to Titanfall. If I want 20 to 30 minute matches and I have time to commit, then I tend to go to Battlefield. I mean, last night, our last match on Community Night was like 32 minutes.
It was a long one.
Yeah.
I can tell you that switching back and forth is really hard. Like, after playing Titanfall so obsessively to, get my rank up and all that stuff, I went back to Battlefield a couple of days ago, and I just got destroyed all over the place because it was like it was just so slow in comparison. Like, I need to boost up my turn speed or something.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing we've had. Those of us who play Call of Duty and Battlefield have had that problem too. Two different way different types of paces. You have to kind of adjust when you're switching from one to another. So not unusual. Yeah, Jammer.
I just want to. Nobody asked you what you've been playing. Like, do you play any Division? Like, get some Dark Zone stuff? And
mostly
like that high level 256 gear stuff.
I got a little bit of Division in. I'm still working my way up on that one. Yes. and Battlefield, of course, arcs in the rotation as usual. So
the best today. This is the epitome of Johnny. So Shark says that he's got a Rust server, and Johnny goes, "I think I have that game." He doesn't even know if he has it or not.
I bought it when I said that, you dumbass.
or like when he wanted to go play Titanfall because GRG was playing Titanfall that night, and he went to click it, and what happened?
It wasn't even installed.
But he bought it
My
like over a
Xbox
week or two
screen
ago.
All right,
It doesn't automatically install.
At least with Steam, I don't think that's specific to Johnny, because I easily have over 100, maybe close to 200 games in my Steam account, and I guarantee I haven't played more than 60 of them.
Me too, but that doesn't help with my entertainment of ripping on Johnny, so I never mentioned that part.
Steam is a perpetual backlog thanks to the sales.
I'm sorry, John. I just want to know what you've been playing, since you're high rank and, stuff, so.
All right. Anyway, Tuesday nights, still got some people on the old Destiny crack pipe. Iron Banner is going on all week long, so got some people grinding away there. Destiny's still going strong, even as they add little bits here and there and get ready for Destiny 2. So,
yeah, they have
Wednesday community night.
The Christmas shit going on as well. Was it the Winter's Day or some not? Oh, that's Guild Wars. I forget what they call it.
They've got their Christmas thing. I can't remember what it's called either.
Who cares?
There is one point on Destiny that for anybody that's done the original year one, anybody that's a year one OG, I can't remember the specifics behind it, but I know at least at some point soon in an update they actually are bringing back Icebreaker. If anybody remembers that from year one,
I still have it in my inventory.
Yeah, that was like the most OP gun year one. It was a sniper that regenerated its own ammo. You could just sit all the way across the map and basically solo any kind of Nightfall by yourself. It took a lot longer, but definitely that and Galahorn were the two most OP guns year one. So that's cool that they're bringing it back.
So that'd be something for Tex to do.
Yes.
Well, Johnny will have to, first install Destiny. And then...
I've got Destiny installed, fucker. Wednesday community night. We've had some Battlefield, some Titanfall, and some Destiny going on. Battlefield kind of seemed to be the name of the game last night for.
Yeah, most of the guys, we had about like 3 squads run in for Battlefield last night. Maybe a few in Titanfall. And I know we had a group running around in the Division in the Dark Zone. So we had a good spread. We were all across the board.
It just sucks in Battlefield how the skill balancing flips your teams around. So, we get together on one team, and next thing you know, we're on separate teams.
And
at least now they're moving squads over instead of half the squad here, half the squad there.
Yeah, the squad's sticking together at least.
They're at least keeping that together. Now they could just keep teams together, but who knows when they're going to get around to that. Looks like we got Thursday nights. We've got some Gears of War. We got a decent little community going around playing some Gears 4 lately. So Thursday nights, their nights. In fact, they're probably playing as we speak, as we are recording. And then finally Friday nights, got some Battlefield and Titanfall going on Friday nights with various members of GRG. A lot of Titanfall, especially from what I've been seeing on Fridays leading into the weekend. Kick your weekend off with some of that. And once a month, Shark, we're going to hand this one over to you to pimp your little event here, the movie night that you got going on.
Yes, just started earlier this month, but I was trying to make it a monthly thing. There's this site called Rabbit, RABB.IT, which is essentially a site where you can all join in, and one person who is the host can sign into their Netflix, Hulu account, what have you, and play a video in the center, and then everyone else can join the lobby and watch the video at the same time as you, and everybody can talk to each other. So we did that earlier this month on December, whatever the Friday was. 2nd, yes, thank you. We had a pretty good turnout, all together, probably about 8 to 10 people popped in and out through the movies we were doing. So the next one will be we're doing the first Friday of every month. So the next one will be January 6th. And on the slate for movies, we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And for the second movie, I was going to make a forum post. Hopefully that'll be up by the time this podcast comes out. Have people submit some movie ideas, and then 2 weeks before it happens, we'll make up a straw poll and have people vote on it. And then that'll be our movie number 2.
That's pretty cool.
It was a good time. I was there for the second feature, the Muppet Christmas Carol showing on Friday night, and I didn't get in early enough to see. It was A Christmas Story, wasn't it? Was the first feature. Had a good time. There was a few GRGers and some other people that Shark knows through his channel, I believe.
Yep. A couple of my regulars from my stream.
So, and it was a good time. Good people. We had a lot of fun. Cracking jokes to the movie, enjoying the movie. It was a lot of fun. Good quality, too. I was a little surprised that the stream quality was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's actually worse than it usually is, too. Like, we can do better.
So, a little bit of a departure from gaming. Movie night once a month. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. All right, let's get over to gaming news. This is probably where Jack has about 15 pages of notes.
I'm not going to share any of those notes with you guys.
Okay, we'll just go to the topic then.
Yeah, that's really. Actually, we prefer that.
All right, so Ghost Recon Wildlands coming out next spring in March, if I remember right.
February, end of February, or yeah.
End of February.
March,
okay,
early March. See,
March
if we had
7th.
notes, we would know that.
See, I said it was March.
Hey, that's a good time for a game, though. I mean, you're out, a little bored of the stuff that came out in the fall. You're looking for something else to pick up.
That's when we all said Titanfall should have come out.
I'm kind of interested to see. I'm not sure when the beta starts. I mean, but it'll be nice to give you a good chance to try the game before, to see if you like it or not, and whether you want to buy it. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get it. This is a co-op only. There's no multi or PvP, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a game for me. But
well, John will get it. Don't worry, I'll tell you.
This is what I'm looking at. This is my spring game. It's probably the next purchase I'm going to make.
Next.
I don't believe that.
Wait.
Yeah,
did you just say in a recording that you're not going to purchase anything again until March 7th?
There's nothing on the horizon until then.
You're saying
I'm not getting Call of Duty.
Does Injustice 2 have a slated release date yet? Because I'm definitely buying that whenever it comes out.
There is a Steam sale coming, John.
I haven't heard, but I don't follow fighting games that well.
That's literally the only one I do, and it's because I'm obsessed with comic books, specifically DC. But anyways, moving on. Sorry.
So during the Steam sale, you're not going to buy
actually expect a lot of the GRG guys to be getting this. I think a lot of guys were looking forward to Ghost Recon.
There's quite a few, and I know a lot of us have signed up.
Yeah,
for that beta.
Most of the guys did.
So.
You didn't waste a spot, did you?
I've signed up.
Poor dude that really is going to play the game.
I actually didn't sign up for that one, but speaking of betas, I know somebody posted in the forums about Sea of Thieves. If anybody registered for that next week, they're sending out emails for the first 1,000 people that are going to have access to the alpha.
Yep. Yeah, that just hit today.
Boy, that's a game that a lot of guys are salivating for in GRG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
For that one. Just the pure nonsense that's going to happen.
Yeah, that looks like pure havoc. That could be right
just
up our alley.
Goofiness. So I think a lot of guys are going to be all over that.
The E3 trailer on that kind of threw me off. Wasn't what I was really expecting, even though I'm still looking forward to it.
I'll let you guys get it and tell me what it's like.
Okay.
Oh, for sure I will.
We'd prefer that, too, that you don't get it.
Just stay in Star Trek.
Yeah. And wait for me at Starbase 381.
I was waiting there with my shiny new ship.
All right. Speaking of EA, Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront goes to EA Access, the Vault, on the 13th. So, Battlefront, now that is just the game, not the DLC. We got the DLC coming out a little bit later on, new DLC, the last DLC. But Battlefront's going to probably get a spike in players.
Absolutely.
Access.
I mean, EA Access is such a great service. I mean, it's like 30.
It's awesome. $30 for all the shit you get. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, basically, you come to a point now, like, do you even buy EA games or you just wait for them to come on EA Access?
Yeah, that's what I want. FIFA.
Is that a monthly fee or is that a one-time cost?
That's a yearly.
30 a year.
Yearly.
30 for a year? Shit, I might have to do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for what you get. I mean, they've got so many games they've thrown in the vault. Plus, you get all these 10-day early access trials before the game comes out, so you can see if you'd like the game to actually buy it or wait until it eventually hits access. I mean, or not 10-day, 10-hour. The 10-hour trials.
I really want FIFA, but I'm waiting because
exactly
it'll hit the
Yeah, I'm sitting waiting on FIFA myself. I mean.
Yeah, so it should be curious with Battlefield. I mean, or Battlefront. I mean, the game. I thought the game looked fantastic. It sounded fantastic, and I think that's about where
it was just shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wasn't any
lacking
depth to it.
content, although they've had some DLC since. But yeah, just didn't have that much out of the gate.
Feels like
interesting
it's like all
note.
on rails, like all the missions. Like I don't know. There's no freedom of space in it, like a normal Battlefield game. It looks great. That's about it.
The openness really didn't come in until multiplayer. I mean, there wasn't much openness until multiplayer. Little note here, they are actually going to be kind of slowing down their work on Battlefield and focusing on Battlefront for the next couple years, it sounds like. So
yeah,
Battlefield's taking a bit of a break.
Yeah, they're working on the next Battlefront. I guess jump on board with the Star Wars movies and whatnot. Hopefully they can fix what doesn't work in this game.
Oh, I think they can. I don't think it's that hard to fix. I mean,
No.
More content.
Yep.
Not that hard to fix.
What's the likelihood of a Han Solo standalone game?
Maybe standalone DLC.
Well, he is getting his own movie.
See, I'm actually surprised. I'm happy that they're doing this so they can focus on one game at a time rather than spreading the wealth there. But I'm surprised that they're going to let Battlefield just sit for a couple of years, and other shooters are going to come out. And you know how ADD is with gamers. Though we all enjoy Battlefield, we're going to look for the shiny penny at some point, and they're not going to have anything out of the gate to show us in terms of a military type
Battlefield's not a yearly release though, an annual title though.
Well, they were looking at that.
4 and 1.
They were looking at that at one point, remember, right? They were going to have Visceral on Hardline, but now Visceral has moved to that new Star Wars game, that story-based Star Wars game that Amy Hennig, the producer for Uncharted, is now running. And you got Jade Raymond from Ubisoft as well. So she's joined in, and Visceral, so they're focusing. They've left Battlefield altogether. So yeah, they took it away from the yearly cycle.
That's fascinating.
So
tell us more.
Johnny, he does not have notes for this stuff.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
So Lala preferred not to talk about it.
Oh, geez.
No, but yes, give us more, please.
All right, on to the DLC that's coming out for Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront Rogue One Scarif DLC that is going to be released for the Ultimate Edition. Well, it was released for Ultimate Edition Tuesday. It's going to be available for everybody on the 20th, just after the movie comes out.
And people that don't know about the Vault, too, all the DLC is not, as of now, not included in the Vault. So the only thing that'll be in the Vault is just the initial game and the maps. Eventually, EA, a lot of times, like Battlefield 4, they started putting the DLC.
That was
they did that for Hardline too.
End,
yeah,
Hardline, but it's kind of convenient how they or dump in Battlefront to EA Access, and then the following week they have brand new DLC to sell on the new movie. So obviously they know they're not going to get new game sales, but they're looking for that DLC sale. And
very smart move.
Yeah, yep. I was looking at it and at this DLC, and there's like, I think they were saying 4 maps, and like one of them's like a space-based one where you fly around shooting things. So I don't.
Well, isn't the past one a Death Star?
Yeah, last DLC was Death Star.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't bite on that.
Plus, they also had a PSVR.
Again.
I'll definitely check it out. I think
recently.
When you get on EA Access, I'll re-download it. I traded the old copy in, so
it was fun just to play some Star Wars once in a while. We gave up on it a little too easy, and instead of just having a night of just playing Star Wars.
What they should do is offer the past DLCs in like a DLC pack for maybe $20 or something, $25.
Use your pull as a big time gaming site owner and get that done.
I will call them tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, last little bit of news. Rocket League got a big old update. My God. Adding custom training, new arena, whole hell of a lot. Some arena preferences. The Champions Crate 4 can be found after online matches, a little bit rare. Gizmo and X-Devil battle cars got a visual upgrade. Map creation. over Steam Workshop has been added for PC.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I'm assuming that's like a Forge type of thing, right? And so you're going to have custom built maps.
Yeah, mods. I mean, Workshop has a ton of mods for tons of their games. I shouldn't say all of them, but a ton of them. And now the Workshop's going to be open for Rocket League players that want to build their own arenas.
For a tiny little game, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the things they've done with this. I mean, we've got over on the forums at forums.grimreapergamers.com, we've got this gigantic-ass post that Beers put up with all the info on this thing. And it's just huge.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocket League is one of those games where, different first-person shooters come and go, but I always find myself coming back to Rocket League at some point during the week, or at least every couple of weeks. It's it's a game that you just can't escape. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah, it's a nice pick up and play game.
Something I want to try to put together like a monthly event for GRG to kind of get together, play some private Rocket League matches.
You're looking to get your ass whipped by me and Jedi again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you two are separated.
Yes.
Hey, I wasn't in control of picking the teams, all right? I was just along for the ride.
I watched a match that had Johnny and Lala against each other, and I swear to God, I think they were just trying to not touch the ball the entire time.
That's possible.
You're both allergic
you know what?
to it.
When you get an achievement called Ball Toucher, that's,
I don't know. If I remember correctly, Lala's team came in second, right? If I remember right?
Yes.
Not because of him. He didn't do anything. He stayed out of the way.
Well,
no comment.
Their strategy was for him to pull off into the one corner and just sit there and park.
That's not true. That's hurtful and mean.
Sitting there parking alone in a corner, that's probably not unusual for Lala.
Mm-hmm.
Whether intentionally or not, I distinctly remember at least one Lala goal.
See, there you go.
But he did it by accident.
The ball went in. Went to its home.
Anyway. So, but yeah, good time, and still got quite a following on GRG. So that kind of that wraps up the news. So let's get over to our main topic. 'Tis the season for our asses to be broke. So to help you out, we thought that the jolliest bunch of fat men this side of a Mall Santa convention could get together and come up with the GRG Holiday Buying Guide. Your guide for what to get for this Christmas season for you, your loved ones, or just those kids that keep bugging the shit out of you for something around Christmas time.
Well, I'm not prepared for this. What?
I was going to say, except for the fact that we're about to, well, at least I'm about to crap over a lot of the things we're about to talk about.
Oh, that's tradition on this cast. Talking
Game's
about something, not saying it's a turd.
Tournament next week. All right, so let's talk about...
no stranger to podcasts, and he's since moved on, so we're okay.
Let's talk about all the shit that you can go broke buying this holiday season. So let's start with the big stuff, the consoles. There's been a couple of major, incremental console releases. You got the Xbox One S and you got the PS4 Pro. So the question, what do you want to get? Both of them have 4K in some manner or another. PS4, there's been a little bit of a question whether it's really upscaling or if it's native. It sounds more like it's a big, heavy upscale. Xbox upscales to a point, but handles all the media and streaming in 4K. So they're pushing to that next level, but we're kind of getting like a 0.5 update to this gen where everything kind of grays out.
Well, I think, I'm not sure offhand, I didn't take notes on what the PS4 Pro is going for, but the Xbox One S, I mean, they had some incredible sales on that for Black Friday. You were looking at, $250 for that, a game, or was it a game or two, and then an extra controller in some cases. I think Dell had, the extra controller was, insane deal.
Yeah, I think Dell had, 2 controllers, 2 games, and $250.
That was just nuts. I mean, if you're looking at buying a console, that's hard to pass up. I mean, and you had 2 quality games. I think it was one was Battlefield 1 and the other was Gears of War, an extra controller. That was a pretty good solid deal. Now, as far as if you're upgrading from the regular Xbox to an Xbox S, I don't know. I have the Xbox One S now. My old one died, and I don't have a 4K TV, so I can't justify whether or not it's worth the extra cash or to upgrade to a different console. But if you were to buy one at this season, if you're buying a fresh console for the first time at $250, I mean, you couldn't pass that up. You just couldn't go wrong.
That's a fair point. I think that's the obviously I haven't looked into the PS4. I'm an Xbox One person as well, but the only way I can see myself buying the S is because like I already have like in my mind like the Scorpio already pre-planned out as a purchase, like, you know, a year down the line. But if the only way I can see myself buying it as somebody who already has an Xbox One is if my Xbox One were to break, then I'd buy the S.
Yeah, there's no reason not to buy the S unless you find some killer deal like Wood had for like what, $180 for the original.
Crazy.
But still, that $250. If you could have gotten on those Black Friday deals, that still beats it. You know.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I wouldn't have bought it with my current console, but like you said, if you're buying a new console or if you need to buy a new Xbox One for any reason, yeah, go with that.
The Scorpio's the beast in the room, because as hardcore gamers, that's what people are waiting for.
Right, and I think we're touching on that a little bit later, right?
Yeah, well, the hell with me going later. I don't talk about this shit later. I just make shit up as I go. So,
do it live.
But that also hurts the PS Pro because of that beast in the room. Because people, that Scorpio is fucking powerful.
Yeah,
so
the Scorpio is going to be the most powerful.
Yeah.
You know, PS4 Pro is a more powerful console. It's probably the most powerful right now. But it's going to get beat out in a year.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, they didn't really have sales on that. Maybe they had a couple bundles, you know, added a couple games around Black Friday for $399. PS4 Slim did have, like, the price cut to $250 around Black Friday like the 1S did.
But the PS4 Pro, I heard, with The Last Guardian run on PS4 Pro had some issues. And I don't know. I think there were some problems, but the resolution was as good as they thought. Well, I don't know. I'm not a PS4 player, so I don't.
Yeah, I did see an article about a handful of games that have not shown any improvement on the Pro, and you know, even with an update. So there's been some mixed reviews on that. The word I've been hearing is that Microsoft, for the last few months, has been really taking it to PlayStation as far as sales and stuff. That's from somebody that has a gaming job actually that was talking about it, that they said about the last 5 months Xbox has had the upper hand.
Well, I think one of the bigger things is when you read and you hear out there, Xbox console owners, even ones that are original, had some excitement about the S and even more about the Scorpio. I haven't heard the same type of excitement from PlayStation 4 people like, I need to upgrade to the Pro.
That's definitely the situation I'm in. Like I don't necessarily. I don't want to say I don't want to. It seems daunting to me to spend. What's the price point on the Scorpio? It's $700-800, right? Somewhere in there.
Well, they haven't announced it. I'm guessing 500.
I'm hearing 4 to 5.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. Like even if it was $700-800, I'd probably still buy it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's essentially just a gaming PC in a smaller package. Right, they're gonna listen to this, and I'm gonna ruin everybody's wallet.
Yes, thanks. You can blame Shark. Write your letters to Shark.
Oh God, yeah, no, that's the word I heard was 4 to 5. I'm gonna.
I'll take that
5.
for sure.
I'm gonna lean towards 5 is my thought, but I don't think we're gonna hear anything till probably spring. As far as pricing, maybe not even E3 until E3.
But do you hear the excitement on the Pro? I don't hear anybody excited about the Pro.
But that could also be like biased glasses as well. I mean, everybody here just essentially admitted they were Xbox, right?
But not just the site though. When I look around on forums or whatever, I don't see the same type of excitement that I do for the Scorpio out there.
The excitement I see is from the ones I expect to see it from. The hardest core Sony players, the people who have had every damn PS. That's what they play. Maybe they've gotten an Xbox for Halo or an exclusive, but when they play, it's PlayStation. That's about the only one I've seen, and not even all of them. So we'll see what happens down the road with them. Anyway, let's get to the peripherals. That's a lot more of what you're going to see these days is going to be your additions, extra controllers, stuff like that. So let's start with the controllers. You got two major options from the Xbox side. You have the Elite, which has been out for a year and a half, roughly.
Might be a year. Yeah.
Okay. And then you have the Xbox Standard, or you can get the customized for $80 off of Microsoft's site, where you can get your customized colors, get your tag etched in on it,
like
whatever.
The color of corn.
Color of corn.
Well, here's a question, and I'm not familiar with the Standard. I know the Xbox One, the controllers come with the Bluetooth built in, and now are the Standard controllers shipping with that as well?
The new ones that have come out at the time that the Xbox One S did, those have the Bluetooth in them. The others are on the old wireless protocol.
Okay, because that was going to be one of my reasons why you would probably want to go with the custom. I'm not crazy in the different colors. It doesn't really matter to me what color my controller is. I guess some people are into that, but that's the only other benefit.
The old ones,
but I think even the Standard, you can even get the Standard now that have that Bluetooth capability. You don't have to go all the way up to customized. It's just finding, somebody carrying the newest version of the controller.
And that's just really nice for people that have like gaming PCs and they want to hook that up that way.
Yeah, if you got Bluetooth on your PC.
I mean,
when it comes to the Xbox, sorry, go ahead.
No, I say as far as the other controller, the Elite, they just didn't really offer any sales this Christmas season for it. I mean, it's $150. It's a steep investment into a controller, but I mean, it's fantastic. I love mine. I don't think I can go back to the regular controller. The D-pad, the saucer D-pad is amazing. It's my favorite thing on it, besides the trigger stops. And the trigger stops, you can adjust them on the fly. So if I'm playing Battlefield and I switch between a regular gun to a sniper where you need the full pull, or if I want to drive, I can just click the switch and
it's not working.
Stop goes away. And I know like stuff like scuff, that's like hard screwed in there. Like you can't just switch that out on the fly. So
no, that was the next thing I was going to mention was scuff.
But I think I think $150 is a steep, investment into it. So, but if you're looking to get somebody a cool gift and they don't own one, yeah, it's great. I love it.
See, the reason that I haven't purchased one, and you have a first-person account, and I'm basing all of my intel off of the internet, which always has a jaded lens on. But from what I've read, those Xbox Elite controllers seem to be breaking for everybody, like all over the place, like way earlier than they should be. And you can chalk it up to misuse or only hearing the bad stuff, but that's what's keeping me away from buying one at this point. Is I see a lot of reviews about them breaking or one thing or another going wrong with them, but way earlier than they should be, to the point where, were I ever to upgrade, I probably would go with the Scuff or some sort of third-party modded Xbox controller as opposed to the Xbox Elite.
I just game to have fun. So the Elite, that $150 price point just is a hard pill for me to swallow. Now, I still have my day one controllers, and they suck. I need new controllers. They're disconnected, and like Lala had this problem too. They disconnect all the time. I got to keep the damn thing plugged in, and I have it off of a USB plug because the USB port in my day one isn't working too well. So I do need new ones, but it's $150. It's just for a fucking controller. I mean,
yeah,
Jesus.
That was a tough one, and it's one that my kids got me for Father's Day. So they went and picked it out for me. I would never have bought one, but as soon as I had it in my hands, I wasn't giving it back.
And they used their money for it. They used their money for it? They used their money for it.
Oh, they used my money for it, but whatever. But it was in my hands. It was in my house in my hands, and so I wasn't giving it back. And it gets daily use. My kids use it when they go down the computer down or the Xbox downstairs. And I've been pretty fortunate enough where I haven't had any issues with mine. My disconnects was from my old Xbox. It actually wasn't the controller that was disconnecting. It was the Xbox having problems connecting to the controller. Once I got the Xbox One S, I haven't had a disconnect since. And it's held up pretty well. I know Digital just died recently, so... I read those things and I just I cringe. I'm like, I don't want to buy another one, and I don't think I can go back to using an old controller.
And that's kind of my issue with the whole thing is your statement like, I'm fortunate to have not had problems with mine. That should not be the standard. Like to say you're fortunate to not have problems, that should not be the standard.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
But Shark, you do go back off of that to the old 360. We all knew there was a red ring of death on those damn things and how common that was. And yet we still, I mean, I had 2 Xboxes because of the red ring of death.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a tendency to trade up a couple times just to avoid, I started with the Elite and then I traded up to the arcade model and put a hard drive on it. And
at the same time with the red ring of death, Xbox was actually offering refurbs for anybody that had the red ring of death, regardless of how long you had it and whether or not you could prove when you bought it. As far as I know, they're not doing that for the Elite controllers.
But even if they did that, it just shows that, like, idiots like us, I had to send mine in for red ring of death. What'd I do? I went and bought an arcade unit, so I wasn't without. People just buy another Elite controller.
A lot of people did.
My Xbox One died. I went out that day. Got the 1S.
Got the S.
I do the same thing. I won't even.
Over to the peripheral that Jack loves the most, the headset. Get to hear your surround sound or hear footsteps. There's a few nice models. I just got I got that Turtle Beach 420X Plus that I really like that was on Black Friday sale. That's a really nice model. There's a lot of good headsets out there, and I know a lot of people buy those.
I have a list of recommendations. I'm a little addicted to headsets.
He also owns all of these.
I own a lot. And I know everybody thinks headsets. They all think Astros. And I'm going to say not to get those. I don't think that they're worth the money. I have actually 2. I have an old A40 that I had from my Xbox 360. And then I got the Xbox, or the A50 for the Xbox One. And I wasn't too thrilled with that. I was having disconnect issues with my controller. So my son wound up taking that over. But if you're looking to buy a new headset now, I would suggest looking at like the Kingston HyperX Cloud series. They're great headsets. They're really reasonably priced. I think the base one is $76 on Amazon. 53 millimeter hi-fi capable drivers. Blah blah blah. They sound great, and they're not expensive. $76. You're buying a headset that just sounds fantastic. The mic is real nice. It's in front of your face. They have 3 different models, the HyperX Cloud, and HyperX Cloud 2, which the big difference with that, it has an audio control box that you can plug in USB for your PC. So it's just an extra addition. And then their Revolver, HyperCloud Revolver, which looks really cool. I don't have this, so I don't know how this sounds, but if I was to buy one of these series, I'd probably definitely go the HyperX Cloud Revolver. Then I'd move up to, and that one I think is, HyperX Cloud is like $120. I would move on to the Steel series, and I just saw these today, and these look pretty slick. This one is 7.1 surround sound. The sides light up all different colors, RGB. It looks really cool, really light, and it's $100. So it's pretty reasonable. They have a wireless edition for $150, and they're getting great reviews. So I definitely look at that. I pimped mine, the Sennheiser Game Zeros. I love these things. They're $200. I got them for like $150, and they are fantastic. And then finally, if I was to go all out and get the one I want, Audio Technica ATH AG1X. They're $300, and these are fantastic.
Is that it?
That's it. Those are the ones I would suggest.
I just want to say something briefly, because you might have taken a little bit of time on the headphones, and hopefully nobody's driven off the side of the road after your headphone list there.
I think they were good suggestions. If you're looking for headphones, and it's we're talking about holiday gift guides and what to get people. You get any of those headphones, the headsets, and you make someone a happy gamer.
I really enjoy having you by my side when we make fun of Johnny, but you have no fucking right to get on him with all the games he buys, considering how many pairs of headphones you own. You're like a woman with shoes with those damn things.
TV production studios don't have as many headsets as you do.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, my kids wound up stealing the ones that I don't use. So.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I got little vultures circling around me whenever I get a new headset, man. They're all over me.
My youngest took the HyperX Clouds up to his PS4, and like I said, with the A50s, I was just having major problems, and that was with my Xbox One disconnecting from the controller, then the headset would disconnect. It was a whole big mess. So,
my brief addition to the headset conversation. So, what I want to find in my stocking this year is definitely the Logitech G933 Artemis Spectrum. It's one I've been eyeing for probably about 6 months now. It retails for close to $200. Over Black Friday, they did have it down to $99.99. I really wish I could have afforded a copy then. I just didn't have the spare cash. I think right now they're sitting at about $140. So, the wireless surround sound. Definitely, I don't know. I will admit I am kind of a Logitech fanboy, so I may be kind of biased. But that is what I want. That is what I want for sure. And I'm hoping it'll drop back down to that $99 price again at some point in the future.
That was what I looked at when I went and got the 420X Plus, because it was also $99. And but I think the big thing was I wanted a wireless one for my Xbox. Yes.
The one thing I will say, and I'm not, a headphone whore like somebody nameless on this cast. I won't name names and point out their names. But the one thing that I have found important to me is I look for mic monitoring, because I always I prefer to hear my voice in the headphones when I'm talking. So that way I know if I'm screaming, I don't want to be the one screaming and chat too much in a party chat, and then nobody wants to talk because I'm being too loud.
Well, that's when you get the Turtle Beach Ear Force One.
Yeah, that's what I have.
They have the chat adapter. It's like $40. You can get it on Amazon, and it has built-in mic monitoring. It also has different settings you can do on it. I recommend it to anybody. I mean, I don't. Yeah. I need. All
Logitechs have that too. I mean, even the set that I have right now, which is the 430s. Yeah, the G430s. I can hear myself talking right now, so I can. I prefer. I can't say for sure, but I can only imagine that a headset that costs twice this price would also have that.
I only like hearing myself talk anyway, so I don't really listen to anybody else. So that way, I can at least entertain myself.
Now, my new set has that as well. Has the mic monitoring, that wireless Turtle Beach set that I bought. So I think it's becoming more of a standard now, with or without the chat adapter. So. Nice to have. It is nice to have. It's a big upgrade over my XO4s. So, another thing that's kind of a peripheral, kind of has its own entity. VR is starting to really hit this year. So, you got your high-end stuff. You got your Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive. For your PC, you've got the PSVR, which is kind of your middle option, and then you got your cheap option, which is off your phone, like the Samsung Gear or the Daydream from Google that just came out. It's just starting to really take hold. I'm a little mixed on the Daydream. It's neat, but it's not be all end all. I think we're still a little ways away from that. But I mean, any compelling reason to get VR yet?
I'm not really interested in VR minus porn, but to me, if I was going to get a VR, I think I would wait a year. I don't think it's there. Now's not the time. I'd see where it is another year from now before purchasing a VR.
Yeah, I think if you're an early adopter and you want to be just ahead of the game with this stuff, you'd go for it. The PS VR is pretty decent. We were messing around with that at Best Buy. They had a few games for it, but I don't think that's anything that you would want to play on a continual basis. Next year, I guess with the Scorpio, we'll see how Xbox handles it, but I'm not really on board with the VR stuff, so it's not something I'm interested in the slightest.
I really like it as a concept, and I'm super interested in the potential, but kind of the same points that you guys are making. But one of two things has to happen. Something really, really, really groundbreaking that makes it worthwhile, or the price point has to come way down.
Yeah. The cheap options on the phone, they're good for novelty and, watching Hulu was kind of neat on the Daydream. It's like you're in a big room with a gigantic freaking TV, like a big screen. It feels like you're looking at like a, 80, 90 inch television while you're watching. I didn't see too much else that was compelling that didn't have a ton of lag. So really a mixed bag for me on the phone based. I have not checked anything else out. I think I agree. Well, I agree with the rest of you guys. We are at least a year away, I think, before we have big stuff for VR if it takes off, or if it's going to be anything more than the Move.
Porn.
How
funny it'll be to walk in, one day you walk in on somebody and they get the goggles on and they're like fake thrusting in the air because they
I'll be on board with VR once we hit a time cup. Once we hit the time cup year, then I'm all on.
All right, so VR hit and miss right now. Maybe in a year we revisit that.
He just hedged.
No, just echoing what you guys
Typical.
said.
Hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
Maybe. Mostly miss.
Maybe,
miss.
Possibly.
But one thing that's not hit or miss, television sets. Let's face it, a lot of people buy Christmas time and around like the Super Bowl seem to be the biggest TV times of the year. We probably had our best specials already on TVs for Black Friday until beginning or near February when the Super Bowl hits. But the big question with TVs, 4K. Is it time yet with the Xbox One S and the PS4 Pro? Or is it wait a year for the Scorpio? We've already talked about how big that Scorpio is going to be. Is that when 4K really takes off?
No. If you're buying a TV right now, get the 4K, get the HDR, spend the money, do it.
Is it settled enough right now? Because I know the HDR and the 4K, it's kind of been, the specs have been kind of all over the place until recently.
You just buy it now. The prices
come
down.
You just buy everything.
It looks fantastic.
Well, I'm actually on board with Lala on this because I think we've hit that point of stability when it comes to 4K TVs. And for a person like me who is essentially turbo broke and never has, large chunks of money sitting around, obviously I've known of the Scorpio coming out since they announced that it would be coming out. So for a person in my position, the only way I can even afford shit like this is essentially my tax return. So that I already have my purchases planned out for the next 2 years. This year, when I get my tax return, it's going to be a 4K TV. Next year, when I get my tax return, it's going to be the Scorpio. And that way I'll already be on board and have everything set that I need. Buying both of them at the same time, I think that's going to be too much of a money chunk for most people.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I think 4K is there. I'm not purchasing one yet. But Netflix. Jesus, they're even streaming 4K on certain things with Netflix now. So if you're to the point where they're streaming 4K, it's there. So you're not going to be like when HD TVs first started coming around. I remember I had one of the big rear projection ones, but it was a widescreen HD TV. And, it was rare when there was something broadcast in HD at the time. That's not the case with 4K as much anymore. That there's more and more content coming out on 4K. And I'll just keep rambling on because John's, busy.
Well, and, you even look at it now in the professional field anyways, like pretty much all movies have been shot on 4K for a while. They just, reel it in for the technology.
And I will say one thing, the prices are definitely getting there. There were some really good deals on 4K. It got really tempting. I was starting to look at a couple of them. I think I saw a Samsung 55-inch for like $400. And a few others. Vizio had some decent deals going on in that 55, 60, 65-inch range. It was, I will say pricing is getting right about where I can't resist.
Yeah, no, the price point's coming down, and I have tons of TVs in the house as it is right now. I don't really need another one, So it's a little tough to justify it. But if you're in the market for a television, and the picture is just, I mean, when you look at the demos of it, like when I've been in the Best Buy,
stunning.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I have one for my upstairs room, our living room. We have a 4K Sony HDR, and it's gorgeous. It's not only gorgeous, but it's super thin. I mean, it's maybe a quarter of an inch or some ridiculous size. Downstairs, it's rough. I have an old Panasonic Plasma 720p that I paid a fortune for forever ago, and I'm just
You're still holding on to that sucker, aren't you?
I'm praying my dogs run into it when they're going down the steps and knock it over. And
you got
it.
3 now. How many more dogs do you need before
I put dog
they
treats
take
all
the TV
around
out?
it, and I beg them. I'm rubbing it with peanut butter. And
You're not rubbing the TV with peanut butter.
Hey, it's our little secret.
Take a steak, just rub it right across that screen.
Yeah,
we do need to move on, but it's. I was just saying to my wife recently, and not with 4K, but when HD first came out, I remember like watching sports and being like, "Oh my god," like flipping back and forth between standard and HD, and you couldn't believe the picture. And now we're so damn used to it. It's like, until you flip an old standard definition on, and you're like, "Holy shit! How did I used to watch that?"
I don't know if I think I got one standard def left in the house. My old
but the channels on the cable.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't have any sports channels left that are standard def anymore. So, all right, so let's get over to the main gist of this conversation: the games, the big games to buy this year. I mean, we already know the bulk of what's out. So, Jammer,
since you own them all, you're probably the best one to give us suggestions.
I don't own them all. I don't have Call of Duty. I have two? I have 2.
That's the one you don't need out of all the ones you already own.
Well, probably. Unless you really want that remaster.
Oh,
and
actually,
they did have some deals on that.
I have a good gift idea for somebody looking for a gift idea for somebody. Instead of a game itself, if you know somebody that's like an MMO player, a great gift would be to give them, 3 months of sub. Like if you play WoW or something, not just the game necessarily, but sometimes the sub is a good gift to give out, to WoW users or whatever.
Yeah. For that matter, we mentioned it earlier. We talked about what a great value it was. EA Access.
Mm-hmm.
There's another great,
and that gives you a bunch
gift.
of games.
Also on the PC topic with MMOs, first off, don't buy a Steam gift card from any retail store because they charge you more than it's worth, and that's fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Do it through the actual Steam website, but with the Steam Winter Sale coming up, that is an awesome thing to have. Their seasonal sales are that's where they make their most money, and that's where you're going to get the best value for your games.
And nothing says happy holidays like a big fucking backlog.
But as far as the games, get back on point.
Moving on.
The games.
Talk about games.
You play MMOs.
These are pretty much the standards.
Okay.
I mean, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Titanfall, anything that comes up during the fall.
In terms of Steam games, if you're interested in, or if you have an admiration for 16-bit kind of art, Owlboy is really, really gorgeous. I've only played a little bit of it so far. It's got amazing reviews. I think it looks great. Apparently the story is really, really good. I'll have to get a little more into it until I have a better personal opinion, but I have yet to see a negative thing.
See, Jack just goes for, he just goes for the known stuff instead of the little nuggets out there. Everybody already owns all the shit you just said.
Well,
Johnny's got 3 copies of each of them.
52 pages of notes, and he brings up Battlefield and Titanfall.
Well, we're suckers. I mean, you're talking about what games to buy. I mean, you guys
you bring up a good point. The big hitters are there. We're brought out other.
We're knuckleheads, and we buy everything.
We're majorly console based and majorly FPS based, so it's good to touch on those.
I mean, I would just want to buy a friend to play Star Trek Online with.
No, you can't afford any friend to do that.
SWTOR is the only MMO. All others do not exist.
But sub to any of them, that's a good gift, I think.
Well,
so Lala's wrong. Moving on.
No, those are good. I mean, you got your heavy hitters, the first-person shooters, the The big guns. Yeah, you got Gears to add to that list as well. Gears is out there and has a good following. You have, as you mentioned, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1.
Hey, if you're somebody unlike Jack who doesn't really like single player, Witcher 3. I mean, if you have a friend that has not played Witcher 3, get him Witcher 3.
Good sales on that these days.
And the EA Access, going back to that, if you're like that type of game, they have all the Mass Effects in that vault.
Oh, that's true.
There you go.
Another one that's good for, kind of like the nuggets that are, out there. If anybody out there really enjoys the Telltale kind of story-driven games, in my opinion, the best one you can buy right now is called Life is Strange. It's produced by Square Enix, and it is always on sale during the, like Steam holiday sales and stuff like that. I think they actually had the first episode free on Xbox and PlayStation for a while. In terms of story-driven games, it is by far my favorite of all time. Like going back and playing Telltale games now, it just pales in comparison.
They've often had that on sale on the consoles as well.
Yeah, that's on Xbox, PS4, as well as PC.
Mm-hmm. So, lots of great options out there. You can really fill the stockings up. My God, I mean, my 13-year-old, that's all we get him is game-related stuff. That's all he wants.
He wants new parents, but he's afraid to tell you that.
I want new kids.
Georgia corn.
Georgia corn. That goes in the stocking.
The premium stuff.
Well, and to ask Jammer, Lala, you guys, I mean, do you guys get a lot of requests for gaming gifts on the Christmas list?
I don't with my kids.
Because
I won't let them use my Xbox.
My oldest is easy. He plays NBA. What's not the EA one? The other one.
No,
2K.
2K, yeah. And then the younger one wants League of Legends shit. Because he's addicted to that. I think he's half Asian or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they probably ask for headsets, but they just swipe one of your pairs. You don't notice it for a few weeks.
No, they don't.
Whatever.
They don't ask for headsets. They
take any game ever in South Korea dominates it.
Oh, yeah, the Grex.
Fishing.
Yeah, no, my older daughter's like an NBA 2K, and my younger one likes Lego games. Done. Get any Lego game, she's golden.
Yeah, it used to be Minecraft, but...
Oh, yeah, Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
My kids still play the shit out of that.
I come back to it every once in a while, but I'd rather play, something like Ark or Rust, where it's got the survival element with it.
Yep. Ark's my thing on that one. That's the one that, out of that style.
I never knew that.
No? Oh.
No.
Learn something new every day.
Well, if you like that type of game, just to piss Jack off and go even more, Planet Coaster.
Oh, I'd like to see that one go on a sale.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to buy it at the $45 price point, but you bet your ass I'm keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, it's
when
like
it hits
Minecraft.
Sale, it hits my backlog.
Yeah.
Well, it's from the makers of the originators of Roller Coaster Tycoon, or one of the originators, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was only one guy initially that did all of it.
Oh, that's true.
Did them before, yeah.
That is true. Once you got to 3, then it was a conglomerate and kind of clusterfuck. But, Jack, this one's your question. You want to ask it, or do you want me to ask it?
You can ask it, because I'm not crazy about my thoughts on this one anymore.
Okay.
I changed my opinion.
Well, we'll start with you anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is one you added at the last minute here. Ultimate gaming wish list. Pick any gaming item you would want Santa to bring. Money is absolutely no object. What would you want if you could have any damn thing out there?
Well, originally when I wrote this question, I had two things in mind. One was like those hydraulic chairs that you sit in when you're playing like racing games. So like they lift up and down. So
you
like
son of a
$30,000,
bitch.
$50,000. The other thing was one of these chairs that you sit in and it encapsulates you with a full monitor, like your full monitor surround sound
For porn.
You want some grandma's boy level shit.
And I mean that's the stuff like ultimate. Yeah, that's the stuff I'd want. Realistic, peace and quiet at home. So, but yeah, I think that's what I was looking. I was thinking that those were the two things I was thinking of when I wrote that question.
All right, Shark.
All right, so I'm gonna go with answers that are completely unlikely. The first answer, which is probably the obvious answer, I want Valve to be able to count to 3. Give me Portal 3, give me Left 4 Dead 3, give me Half-Life 3. Any of those, I will take any single one. Doesn't even matter. And maybe some lesser-known titles that I would love to see sequels to. Both PS2 titles. I'd like to see Legend of Dragoon again, and I'd like to see Armored Core again.
Half-Life 3, that'd be really sweet.
Oh my god. The internet would explode.
I think the reason that it's taking so long to come out is because it's all but certain that it's in the works at this point. There's no way it's going to live up to the hype. I think Valve is just like constantly tinkering with it because there's just no way it can live up to what is expected of it at this point.
Yeah, that'd be... Yeah, I don't know. I have no gauge on that. I just don't know if they're ever going to come out with that one or if it's just a constant screw with the fans type of thing.
I will throw in my one realistic tidbit just really quickly. A headset that is not duct taped, preferably what I had referred to earlier, the Logitech Artemis.
Jammer.
Well, I'm going to go with two bigger things, and one that would be a smaller cost, just for something to come out, and which will then be preceded by something being said by someone I'm predicting. One, I just got my gaming laptop, but I would like Santa to give me permission every year to get a new one. That way with video cards and everything. I mean, now that I have my gaming laptop or any gaming rig, it's just fantastic on the PC side to have top level graphics and everything. And for every year to be able to say, oh, it's time for another one, that'd be perfect.
Was the rebuttal you were expecting to buy a gaming PC and upgrade it your damn self?
Oh, that's not it yet. No, yeah, not yet. Secondly, I've always wanted the racing wheel and that whole setup for like Forza and games like that. Never plumped the money down for it. Never will. And I know Gunny has some, setup or whatever. I'd always wanted to try and play a racing game that way. And then the third one would be for a Chrome Hound sequel.
Oh.
No, he didn't do it. Go ahead, Jack.
I'm not biting.
Oh, come on. All right. That was the one that I was waiting for Jack to say something.
Oh.
Because Too Old to Shoot was highly rated in
yeah.
World champions.
World champions of the world.
Apparently.
My
the game is about as fun as watching old people have sex.
Nobody asked you, John.
I guess it all depends on what your fetish is then.
Johnny just wants sweet Georgia corn.
That's a whole different show. Don't shut up.
You already
I'd
have
like to
everything.
advertise my website. It's called lemonparty.com.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'm going to redirect GRG to that when I'm done with GRG.
Probably get better traffic.
Probably would.
Mine would be... I would love one of those big rig setups.
Moving
like you
on.
mentioned the racing one. I would love one of those. That'd be pretty cool. Like Jack said, the big old chair, the monitors all around, all that shit would be really neat. If I had to go with money, no object, I think my biggest deal would be a big arcade. Everything, some of the current games, like they got that big Star Wars game that's like out in 30 different arcades right now. It's a real limited edition. To classics, all kinds of, just almost like a museum type thing of the greats, just lined up along the walls. I would be in heaven with that. And had space for Xbox and PlayStation, all that stuff. I would love something like that. Just a big.
Knock out the wood paneling. There's probably a cornfield right behind it. You can build it.
God.
If you build it, they will come.
There is
Were I ever to have the expendable income, something similar would be what I would love to take on as my own personal project, building one of those emulator arcade cabinets, that you can do for like $600-700.
Yep.
I can't see myself using it all that often, which is why it's expendable income, but I would love to have one of those in my house.
I got one right over here.
Nice.
It's nice. It's sweet. All right. So there's your gift buying guide, your wish list, all that stuff. You're welcome. So let's get some clan hype. I want to welcome the new members. We've had an influx, especially on the PS4 side of late. We put out some more recruiting lately. Had some new members come in, a couple PC people, some PS4. Getting those, like some people say, the Christmas noobs. So welcome to GRG. Enjoy your time. Fill up your friends list.
PC people buy Rust within the next 10 minutes or 10 hours.
There you go. No pressure. Probably next about 4 hours by the time you listen to this. So
probably.
Next show will be on December 22nd. We'll be recording right before the holidays. Stuff your stocking with a ReaperCast.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. That's as bad as your old intro.
Oh, I try to change things up, and this is what you fuckers do to me.
I don't want to be a guest anymore.
Oh.
He has free candy in his van as well.
Over on Facebook.com, we have a page, facebook.com/GrimReaperGamers. Also, as always, the forums, forums.GrimReaperGamers.com. Jammer, make yourself useful. What's the Twitter handle?
It's grgamers.com. Spell out the .dot. There's no Z in it, like some people like to tell you, because they lie.
Well, then it's not as cool.
You blew it. We're also on player.me. Check out the Grim Reaper Gamers page over there, and twitch.tv/Grim Reaper Gamers. All right. So, Jack, Jammer, Shark, thank you guys.
Of course.
Appreciate you guys being on.
I keep trying to get out of it, but you keep making me come back.
Yeah.
I have no life. Hit me up anytime.
Most of us don't. So, all right. So, I want to thank everybody for listening. Remember, smack that peen against the subscribe button on YouTube. Yes. Maybe.
I just want to drag it out for another minute to see if...
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, hit that subscribe on YouTube. Check out our past episodes. Check out our shenanigans. iTunes, Google Play. That's where you get the podcast. And as we said before, twitch.tv for various streaming and archives. So
I'm on there.
Yes, most of us are. So, and you'll probably see random GRG players throughout the day. So,
and probably mostly Shark, because he's probably the only one that does.
Well, you got Greg, so you'll see his AFK.
And I only do it twice a week, like regularly. The others is just like random me being bored.
That's leaving more than most.
All right, so for Jack, Jammer, and the Shark, this is Johnny Hustler saying, take care, stay safe, and don't game alone. Good night, everybody.